The Great Pacific Garbage Patch is one of the most striking examples of human impact on the world's oceans. Located in the North Pacific Ocean, it is a vast accumulation of marine debris, primarily plastic, that has been swept together by ocean currents over decades. Marine debris refers to any human-made waste that ends up in large bodies of water, and in this case, it has formed a sprawling, semi-invisible vortex of pollution. This garbage patch spans a massive area between the western coast of North America and Japan. It is not a single, cohesive island of trash, as often imagined, but rather a system composed of two major zones, the western garbage patch near Japan and the eastern garbage patch between Hawaii and California. These zones are connected by the North Pacific Subtropical Convergence Zone, a dynamic region where warm waters from the South Pacific meet cooler Arctic currents. This convergence acts like a conveyor belt, funneling debris between the two patches. The entire system is enclosed within the North Pacific Subtropical Gyre, a swirling, clockwise rotation of ocean currents formed by the California, North Equatorial, Kuroshio, and North Pacific currents. Covering an area of roughly 20 million square kilometers, 7.7 million square miles, this gyre creates a calm central zone where floating debris accumulates and remains trapped. A single plastic bottle discarded off California's coast can travel thousands of kilometers caught in this current system before settling in the gyre's center. Despite popular imagery of a floating island of garbage, the Great Pacific Garbage Patch is more accurately described as a diffuse soup of microplastics, tiny plastic fragments resulting from the breakdown of larger items. These particles are often invisible to the naked eye and undetectable by satellites, yet they significantly alter the clarity and quality of ocean water. Mixed among the microplastics are larger items such as fishing nets, shoes, and plastic containers. Recent studies suggest that up to 70% of marine debris may sink to the ocean floor, creating an unseen layer of pollution beneath the surface. This makes the true scale of the garbage patch difficult to measure, as much of the debris is submerged or dispersed across vast distances. Although scientists had long theorized the existence of such a garbage accumulation, it was sailor Charles Moore who first documented it in 1997. While crossing the North Pacific Subtropical Gyre after a yacht race, Moore and his crew encountered a sea littered with plastic debris. His discovery sparked widespread interest and led to increased research and awareness. Moore continued his investigations through the Algalita Marine Research Foundation. In a 2014 expedition, his team used aerial drones to assess the extent of the pollution from above. The results were staggering. The concentration of plastic was found to be 100 times greater than previously estimated, with some semi-permanent plastic formations stretching over 15 meters, 50 feet, in length. The majority of plastic pollution in the ocean, about 80%, comes from land-based sources such as urban runoff, littering, and inadequate waste management. The remaining 20% originates from marine activities, including fishing and shipping. A 2018 study revealed that synthetic fishing nets alone account for nearly half the mass of the garbage patch, underscoring the impact of industrial fishing practices and ocean current dynamics. Plastics dominate marine debris due to their durability, affordability, and widespread use. Items like plastic bags, bottle caps, and styrofoam cups do not biodegrade. Instead, they undergo photodegradation, breaking down into smaller and smaller pieces under sunlight. These microplastics persist in the environment for decades, posing long-term threats to marine ecosystems. Marine debris has devastating effects on ocean life. Sea turtles, for example, often mistake plastic bags for jellyfish, their preferred prey. Albatrosses confuse plastic pellets with fish eggs and feed them to their chicks, leading to starvation or internal injuries. Marine mammals such as seals are frequently entangled in abandoned fishing nets, a phenomenon known as ghost fishing, which can result in drowning. Microplastics also disrupt the marine food web. By blocking sunlight from reaching plankton and algae, they hinder the growth of these foundational autotrophs, organisms that produce their own nutrients through photosynthesis. A decline in plankton and algae affects the entire food chain, from small fish and turtles to apex predators like sharks and whales. This disruption can ultimately reduce seafood availability and increase costs for human consumers. Moreover, plastics leach harmful chemicals such as bisphenol A, BPA, and absorb pollutants like polychlorinated biphenyls, PCBs, from seawater. These toxins enter the food chain when ingested by marine organisms, posing risks to both marine life and human health. cleaning up the Great Pacific Garbage Patch is an enormous challenge. Its remote location and vast size make coordinated efforts difficult, and no single nation has claimed responsibility. Charles Moore has remarked that the cost of cleanup would bankrupt any country that attempted it. Microplastics complicate the process further. Their small size makes them difficult to separate from marine organisms, and even specialized nets risk capturing sea life along with debris. According to NOAA's Marine Debris Program, 67 ships working for an entire year would remove less than 1% of the debris in the North Pacific Ocean. Despite these obstacles, many organizations are working to prevent further pollution. Moore's Foundation continues to raise awareness, while creative projects like the Plastiki, a catamaran made entirely of recycled plastic bottles, demonstrate the potential for repurposing waste. In 2010, the Plastiki successfully sailed from San Francisco to Sydney, showcasing both the durability of plastic and the environmental consequences of its misuse. Environmental groups such as the Plastic Pollution Coalition and the Plastic Oceans Foundation advocate for reducing disposable plastic use and promoting biodegradable alternatives. Through education, policy reform, and consumer action, these organizations aim to stem the tide of marine pollution and inspire global change.